Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick rig rundown of just the guitars and amps that I use on a regular basis, but I'm going to go ahead and start with my pedal board because obviously this probably won't change as much, and there goes my editing computer for starting up. Thank you, Windows. Starting off with the pedal board, I come from the guitars. I go into this one's mine buffer slash volume, which honestly I've never used the volume part on it because I've never really had to. I originally got it to balance out guitar levels, but it turns out I ended up liking the subtle differences. So from there it goes into this Vox wah. I don't quite remember the model, but also it splits off and goes into the Boss TU2. From the Vox I go into a Boss SD1, into a TS808. That's going to be swapped out next week with a Tube Screamer Mini. I may ending up adding a TS9 in there too. Next in my chain is this Hatone Comp. It's a compressor. I don't really use it much. It stays on and just balances everything out. So I guess in a way I do use it all the time, but not to like squeeze my sound or get that heavy compression that some people like. From there I go into a Porter Guitars Boost. You might recognize the name, Porter Pickups. He made pedals for a very short matter of time, and I think only me and maybe one or two other people still actually have ours, but it's probably one of the best boost pedals that I've used, so it's stayed on my board for the last 5-6 years of however long I've had it. From there I go into my Ernie Ball Jr., VP Jr. if you're wanting to get technical. Next is an Ibanez SC10 Super Chorus. From there I go into my new Korg SDD 3000 pedal. From there I go into Line 6 M5 for all my reverbs. Then from there I go into it's either an Analog Endeavors or Black Eye Effects buffer. I've covered up the logo with Velcro, so I don't really feel like peeling it off to figure out which one it was. Pick 10. Then from there I come out and I go to my main amp, which is this AC30 head, into a seismic cab with a greenback and a Weber Blue Dog. And when I run stereo, I'll either use this Hatone British Invasion Direct, which sounds pretty Vox-like. Obviously it's not going to have a lot of the same characteristics that a true all-tube AC30 is going to have, but when you're running it in stereo, or even by the time you run it direct, there's not much of a difference, but you still get that, classic Voxy tones. Other times when I have to use real amps, I'll either use the Hatone into a cab, or I'll bring my 76 Bassman or one of my AC4s. This one's the AC4 TV head. I also have the AC4 C1 Blue Edition, but I always run that into a cab and mic the cab just because I don't like how the stock 10-inch sounds. I'll eventually get around to replacing that with a warehouse 10-inch Green Beret. I did have a little bit of a acoustic board slash bass board put together last night, but I ended up putting the wrong M5 on my board, so it kind of got swapped around and taken apart. But yeah, I have my other M5 that was for my delays, a Franklin Pro Drive, and a Boss AC3 acoustic simulator, which I played around with it last night with my soundboard, and to be honest, I'd never played around with it before I actually flat up used it live, so I honestly had no idea how it sounded out in the house, but listening to it on my own, it actually sounds pretty acoustic-like. I used my John Lennon signature acoustic to kind of compare with it, and I was actually pretty surprised that it sounded as good as it did. Vintage TS10. Reason that's not on my board is I just don't want to put Velcro on it, to be honest with you. It's all original, so I just really don't want to have to do what I did with my other Tube Screamer and wrap Velcro halfway around it. But thanks to the guys at 60 Cycle Hum, I may try their garden Velcro that they've spoken so highly about, just to wrap it up without modifying the pedal itself any, so we'll have to give that a shot. Now we're going to move on to my guitars. My main guitar that I use about 90% of the time now is this 2005 Gibson Explorer. The pickups are not stock, came with uncovered, I want to say it was the 57 or 59, whatever comes stock in Gibsons. But they were muddy, so a buddy of mine flat up gave me his Waller Imperials that he didn't need anymore, and it's kind of a thank you for helping out at my old church. He kind of gave those to me as a parting gift when I changed churches. My next one that I use a lot is this 1991 MIM Strat. Might not seem that cool to you, but to me it means a lot just because I was born in 1991, so me and this guitar are gonna, now that it's in my hands, kind of just get to grow old together. My third guitar that I use a lot is the Fender Telecaster Deluxe. No mods to this one, no special attachment. It's just I got rid of my Les Paul to get that. That's about all it is my... Before I got the Gibson Explorer, it was my quote-unquote humbucker guitar. Hope y'all enjoyed this. This is probably going to be the first video that ends up on my YouTube channel. And yes, my music room is a bit of a mess. I've been working on trying to do recordings. I did a demo of the SDD. I've still got to edit it down and see if it actually turned out pretty decent as far as the recording goes. But other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thanks.